He called me an armchair fan. At least I can get up from a chair without taking it with me. Hello and welcome to the Manchester United v Swansea preview. Positivity is the order of the day. I don't want Manchester United to lose. I think the definition of insanity is to do the same things twice. Under David Moyes, I think the club needed to learn a lesson. They had the wrong man in charge. We missed out on the top four and we had to endure that bad 2 years effectively to get back in the Champions League football. I want Champions League football. I want Manchester United to lose. Yes, I think Louis van Gaal isn't the man for Manchester United. Yes, I believe he should have been sacked, but we've got to all get behind the team now. January's approaching. I tell you what, Woodward's made a big choice in keeping Louis van Gaal, and now we can't dither in January. This team needs replacements, reinforcements, definitely needs a striker, possibly a left back, certainly a wide man to play on the right. They've got to be early January transfer signings. They've got to happen. Join us on Monday for the Red Rumours and we'll have loads of transfer shows for you, live reactions, etc. through January. But there's my team to play against Swansea on Saturday and get the 3 points. There is positivity. Yes, Chelsea are very close to the relegation zone. They didn't have a striker. They maybe could have got the win. I think a draw was a fair result. But there was positivity from that team. Was Giggs in charge? Jamie Carragher said it. I even thought it on Monday. This isn't a Louis van Gaal team selection or approach to a game. He's either ripped the philosophy up and listened to those around him, or he's just let Giggs have a go. Because the Darmian in the team, Morgan Schneiderlin in the team, he's been overlooking them for a long time. Even the likes of Ashley Young. I hope it was Louis van Gaal's team. I hope he has changed his philosophy and I hope we'll see more of that against Swansea. It's a massive game against Swansea. I mean, everyone thinks, oh, this is an easy selection to pick. I'll go with this selection because it's Smalling and Blind. They're the best two centre-backs we've got. Calamity Jones is a calamity waiting to happen or an injury. Darmian and Young fullbacks are the best we've got at the moment. We are short, De Gea in goal obviously, but it's that midfield three. It's Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger and Herrera. We've said it before, tenacity, bite, getting older people, high tempo, that's what you need in that midfield. And I especially liked against Chelsea the way Schweinsteiger was pushing further forward. We thought it was going to be the normal two defensive midfielders. And I think that was the biggest change in the approach to the whole game. We have played similar setups before, but we've always played with two defensive midfielders. He left it to Schneiderlin, he let Schweinsteiger go forward, and it really worked in the first half really well. So those three definitely have to play. On the width, well, I would play Mata. This is where I think we need a transfer. We need a right-sided midfielder, even if it's someone like Mane, who's Premier League proven. We need somebody in there. Martial, I'd put him on the left. Without having to turn his back to goal and playing on the front foot, he was far more effective. Yes, he's better than Rooney as a striker, definitely. But I'd put Martial out there and I would play Rooney because you've got to play Rooney because he actually did play well against Chelsea for the first time in 18 months. I mean, where that performance has been, I don't know. That was the disappointing thing. But Rooney can't play anywhere else. Don't put him at number 10. Please don't do that. And the other thing about Rooney at number 9 is he wasn't actually doing what a number 9 should do. He had a good game, but he was dropping into the number 10 position, which has always been the complaint about Rooney as a number 9. He needs to stick in the box, stay in the box, and be that focal point to our attacking play, which we actually did have in that first half. But Rooney needs to stay in the box and stop dropping off. Yes, your touch was brilliant for the first time in 18 months. Yes, you had a good game, but you've got to do the number 9 position. Number 10 is for Herrera and Schweinsteiger to push forward. You've got to be in the box, Rooney, and that's where he needs to be. So that would be my 11 against Swansea. Swansea have actually beaten us the last 3 games. Every time Louis van Gaal's played them, he's been beaten. We've got to win this game. I'm going to go 2-0 Man United. Swansea haven't conceded in the last 2 games. They've tightened up at the back and they're hard to break down. But they have got players, as we saw at the Liberty Stadium and at Old Trafford twice in the last 3 games. They can come and beat us. Norwich did it, so Swansea certainly can. If we lose this, will Louis van Gaal get the sack anyway? I don't think he will. We need to win the game. As Manchester United fans, we need to win the game. We are 5 points off 4th place at the moment. Teams are coming behind us. We need to win this game. We've got tough games, 2 away games, Newcastle and Everton, to come up after the FA Cup game against Sheffield United. We need 3 points. We cannot afford a draw in this game. So we've got to get it. Swansea will be a tough task. But I think if we can take that form from the first half against Chelsea into this game, the players are up and fighting and we're playing more on the front foot and not this boring possession football. We hit the post a couple of times and we went for it against Chelsea. We deserved an early goal. Let's go and get it. Let's take that approach to the game because we can do it. And I think we've got to be positive. I know I've said a lot of things against Louis van Gaal. Yes, I believe he should be sacked, but we've got to go with the team now. We've got to be positive because I don't want to finish out the top 4. I think Louis van Gaal is here now for the duration. I think the opportunity to sack him was before Christmas, and I think every game he stays now is a missed opportunity of points. But we've got to back him, we've got to stay with him. And I tell you what, if Ed Woodward's backing him, and I blame the board for not sacking him. It's not Louis van Gaal's fault now. I think he was ready to go after Stoke. If they're backing him, we've got to be signing players early next week to add to this squad, because we need it. We need some impetus, we need some confidence, and we need it to grow. It's got to be 3 points against Swansea. Then Newcastle away. They're not a good team, but if we've got some confidence and we're scoring goals and we bring a couple of players in, 6 points from the next 2 games, we go to Liverpool. If he can get us 4th place, we re-evaluate in the summer. I still don't think he's the right man. I still think he should have been sacked, but we've got to get together now. There's too much infighting amongst Man United fans, and I think this team, given the freedom that it was given on Monday, can get something against Swansea and be a different side. Now, what I would finish on is if he plays Fellaini on Saturday, he's got to go. He needs, boo whatever. He cannot change that team, and I really hope he picks that team, because if it was Giggs or something like that and he goes back to his philosophy, then we are in big trouble. But I'm excited. I was down a bit after the Chelsea game. Really worried that we weren't getting rid of him. Really worried that we're not going to get top 4, and that's what it's all about for me. So we've just got to take each game as it comes, step by step. Even if we're getting lucky 1-0 wins, I don't care. Let's just get top 4 and re-evaluate in the summer. Because I tell you what, everyone says, Woodward doesn't want to sack him, and I don't think he does. But it's not a rumour. There are a lot of people who believe that the Adidas and the TV, certainly the Adidas money, is linked to us being in the Champions League. So as a businessman, he is a very, very good businessman. He might not be a great football man, but Woodward is a big, good businessman. We need to get top 4. I just hope and pray that we aren't doing what we did under David Moyes and waiting until it's mathematically impossible for us to get top 4 before we sack Van Gaal, because that's where my frustration is. If you got rid of him now and brought Marino in or whoever, they would get us top 4, and that's the gamble, that's the risk. But that's the gamble you take, and a lot of us will say, you told you so if you got it wrong. I don't like a told you so. I just want to back the team. I want us to win, and that is the team to do it, and the approach we had on Monday night is the approach to do it. Remember, they haven't been playing like this for 18 months. That was their first real opportunity to do it on Monday. Maybe we'll see a further step forward against Swansea. I'm hoping so. I'm going 2-0. We need to win. We need to get back behind the team. I know it's frustrating about Van Gaal, but we've just got to park it. We've got to park it. If we lose on Saturday, it all starts again. If we win, we've parked it. We move on together, united. This is the United Stand. It is your channel. Get commenting below on everything we've said in the video. What are your thoughts on that team? What are your thoughts about Swansea? It is a big game. They've beaten us 3 times in a row under Louis van Gaal. And they are no mugs. And there are no mugs anyway in the Premier League anymore. But we need the 3 points. Will we get it? Let's wait and see. Thanks for watching. Like the video. Give us your thoughts. We always reply. And I'll see you live straight after the game on Saturday against Swansea, with hopefully 3 points in the bag. Come on, United.